try to repeat after me, I want you to say stop, think, decide. With enthusiasm. Stop, think, decide. Those 3 words changed my life with making decisions. What do I mean by that? Let me give you a quick example. Let's just say you're a student. All my students right here. Let's say you're in school. Everybody got their friend in school where, they're not quite on the right track. Let's say you're in school and their friend comes to you, it's a Friday, and they say, you know what? We've been in class all week, we can skip this class. And most of the time, you don't think first, so you make a quick decision, you say, oh, okay. But if you would just invoke these principles, stop. Don't be in a rush to make a decision, stop. And once you stop, just tell them to wait a minute, stop. Then I want you to think. And in that thinking phase, you need to weigh out the pros and the cons of what this decision is going to do in your life. You need to weigh it out. Okay, you know what? I could skip class, but chances are I'm probably going to get caught. And if I get caught, I'm probably going to get detention or I'm probably going to get suspended, right? If I get suspended, I'm going to get in trouble at home. And if I get in trouble at home, some of my privileges or something that I'm able to do is not going to be there anymore. Am I right about that? So you got to think about that. Now, once you think about that, guess what? You can now make the proper decision to say, a 30-minute class that I could just go to is not worth another 2 months of being on punishment or suspended or whatever the case may be. And you make that proper decision to do something better. Does that make sense? Those key things. Stop, think, decide. You may be a parent. You may be on your job. How many people ever had a job where people get on your nerves? Come on, Tay. We all have that. But right when you're about to snap, right when that person has pushed that last button, I want you to stop. And I want you to think. And I want you to say, you know what? I could snap on this person. I could let them have it and let them know where I'm from and what I got. You can do that. But I know if I do that, guess what? I might get fired. And if I get shit, nobody get fired. And if I get fired, guess what? There's no income coming into my household. And if there's no income coming into my household, my kids probably won't move. Right? So you make that proper decision. Guess what? I'm going to like my tongue, and I'm going to keep going. So you stop, you think, and you decide. Now, here's the thing. Especially with students, I hear most of you guys are 9th and 10th grade, right? Okay. What we do sometimes as students, we often think that the decisions that we make in 9th and 10th grade don't follow us. We think that, you know what, 9th and 10th grade, man, I can make a few bad decisions. I got time. You look like, you got some time. You really don't. You really don't. It's funny because a couple of weeks ago, I talked to a good friend of mine, and we were actually in 10th grade together some years ago. And we were talking about just some of the things we've done with life, making decisions, and we talked about him, and when we were in 10th grade, he made a very critical decision. He made a decision to hang out with some guys that were just on the right path. These guys were, long story short, into some criminal activity, and he ended up getting into some real trouble with them, and he did a little over 10 years worth of prison time. Now, we were in 10th grade. I just saw him for the first time a couple of years ago, because he just got out of prison from 10th grade. So that one decision, that's a long time. So that one decision to hang out with this particular group of people that you knew for a fact that that's not where you were supposed to be, that one decision changed his entire life. And even though he's paid his debt to society, he will always pay for that one decision. Why? Because he's a convicted felon. Nobody's passing out jobs to convicted felons. And he's going to be okay. We're behind him and we're going to help him. But at the same time, if he had just made one different decision, it could have changed his whole life. Now, I'm not telling you that the decisions that you're going to make, I'm not saying that, you know what, they're going to be easy or you're not going to be ridiculed for them. Because guess what? He could have told those guys, man, you know what, man, I just don't want to be around now. Or the day they were doing whatever they did, you know, I'm not going today. They might have called him lame, or they might have told him, man, oh man, you don't want to hang out with him. But it would have saved him 10 years of prison time. I don't know about anybody, but call me whatever you want to call me. Save me 10 years of prison time, call me anything. But I mean, and that's an extreme situation. But what is your situation? What is the decision that you're going to have to make that's not going to be popular among your friends? What decision are you going to have to tell your friends, you know what, I know all of you guys are doing this, but for me, I'm going to have to do something different. Why? Because guess what? I'm going from not just good, I'm going to a great level. And in order for me to go to this great level, I have to make proper decisions. And all you have to do is stop, think, and decide. Does that make sense?